A very good morning to all of you. I hope all of you are doing well. Welcome back again after a short break. I hope all of you have completed all your work. So far we have studied up to chapter 13 up to the topic Bayes theorem. I am now going to left out two topics related to that chapter, which is Bernoulli trials and probability distribution. We are going to discuss on a later day. Today we are going to start a new topic based on calculus, which is also called the backbone of the calculus. The name of the topic is integration. As you all know about differentiation, it is a method to split up a function into different parts, and when we combine that parts, that particular method is called integration. So we are going to study all the related concepts based on integration. This chapter is nearly 10 to 12 marks for the board exam. So this is most important chapter, and also important to help you understand more about calculus property, more about finding area under the curves and so on. There are different attributes related to the concepts. So all of you are ready? Let's start the topic. The first thing, we need to understand the meaning of integration. For that, we should understand first the meaning of differentiation. Suppose we have a function y equal to sin x. The differentiation of that function is dy by dx is equal to cos x. Now we have given differentiation as cos x. We need to find out what value we differentiate in order to get the sin x. For this we need to apply a method which is called antiderivative method, that is also called integration. So please see the definition, please see the formula very carefully. Now integration is the inverse of differentiation. This is just opposite of differentiation. It is also called antiderivative. Since it is opposite, it is inverse, it is called antiderivative. It is the process of finding a function whose derivative is given. As we have the derivative of sin x given as cos x, how we can apply the method to get sin x from cos x, that particular method is called integration. This is the symbol of integration. This is called integral. This is the symbol of integration. Now if it is written like this, integration f of x dx, the answer will be the function f of x plus c. This is the derivative and this is the function. This type of integral is called indefinite integral because it does not have a range up to where it starts and from where up to it goes. So we have applied a constant c here. But if you see this is from a to b. F of x dx, that is the derivative, we get the function f of x b to a. So which can be written as f of b minus f of a. This is called definite integral. The difference between both is that in first we do not have any limits, we do not have a range, but in second case we have the starting point and the final point also. That is the range, that is the limits we have. So in this way we are going to solve problems based on integration. First I am going to help you out with some formula, basic tricks, basic tips to solve out a problem related to integration. Then we move on to some types of integration, some special cases related to integration. This chapter is a huge chapter, we can say. This chapter will take up near about 10 to 15 days because it includes more than 12 exercises, but you need to understand each and every concept very carefully. So first you understand that integration is nothing else, just the inverse of differentiation. So for that you must understand differentiation first, and then by applying the inverse method of differentiation we are going to calculate integral values. So there are two types of integration: indefinite, in which we do not have any limits, so we apply the constant c at the last in the answer, and another definite. We will learn step by step all the related concepts and related properties. So now we are going to start. We are writing some formula which will help you to understand what is the real meaning of integration and how it is related to differentiation. Now we are going to understand first the method of inspection to find out the antiderivative, which is the basic step as we have done for the differentiation first principle to understand how to do the differentiation. This is the first method to understand how to do the integration. Please see the method very carefully. Suppose d by dx of sin x is equal to cos x. We all know that the differentiation of sin x is cos x. Now if I put this dx to the right side, I will write like this: d of sin x is equal to cos x dx. Then sin x can be written as d inverse cos x dx. This d inverse is called the antiderivative or the inverse of differentiation or inverse of derivative. So what I have done, in place of this I will write integral. So, and with the sin x I have written plus c because it does not have any range. So what I get, integration cos x with respect to dx is equal to sin x plus c. So this method is called the method of inspection to find out the antiderivative or the method to find out the integration. We'll see one more. D by dx of x equal to 1. Now d of x equal to 1 dx. Similarly x equal to d inverse. This d inverse is integration 1 dx x plus c. So integration of a constant function is just x plus c if the constant is 1. If the integration of 5 dx is equal to 5x plus c, integration of 7 dx equal to 7x plus c, and so on. Similarly, d by dx of 10x, we all know sec square x. d of 10x equal to sec square x dx. 10x equal to antiderivative of sec square x dx, which can be written as 10x plus c, integration of sec square x dx. So this method is called the method to find out the antiderivative using the method of inspection, in which we are going to use the concept of derivatives to find out the antiderivative. Hope you understand this method. Now I am going to teach you the different types of integrals, but before that first I am going to write all the formula based on integration, which you need to learn also, which you need to understand also in order to solve the problems. Now I am going to teach you some basic formula related to indefinite integrals. The first one is integration x to the power n dx. Suppose there is a power function such that x to the power 5, x to the power 7, then the integration will be x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. In differentiation of x to the power n is nxn minus 1. The power will be reduced there. But in case of this, the power will be added. So x to the power n dx is equal to x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. Suppose you have power of 3. So the answer will be x to the power 4 divided by 4 plus c. The power will increase, and whatever we have the power, it should be in the denominator also. Suppose x to the power 7 dx. So the answer is x to the power 8 divided by 8 plus c. Then integration of 8 to the power x dx is equal to a to the power x divided by log a plus c. All these will be used in solving the problems. Next is the integration of cos x dx is equal to sin x, because differentiation of sin x was cos x. Similarly, integration of sin x dx is equal to minus cos x, because the differentiation of cos x was minus sin x. So that minus is shifted to the right hand side. So this is integration of sin x dx is equal to minus cos x plus c. Next is integration of sec square x dx is equal to 10x plus c. Integration of cos x square x dx is equal to minus cot x plus c. All these are interrelated with differentiation. We all know the differentiation of 10 is sec square x. So the integration of sec square x is equal to 10x, just the opposite, just the inverse. Similarly, integration of cot x is log sin x, integration of 10x is log sec x, plus c should be written because it is indefinite integrals. Next is the inverse property. We all know the differentiation of sin inverse x is this. So the integration of 1 upon under root 1 minus x square dx is sin inverse x plus c. Differentiation of this is this value, so the integration of this is cos inverse x. Differentiation of tan inverse x is this value, so integration of this is tan inverse x. We should write dx everywhere. Differentiation of cot inverse x should be this, so integration of this value is cot inverse. Differentiation of sec inverse x is this value, so integration is just the opposite of differentiation. Similarly with cosec inverse x, differentiation of sec x is this value, so the integration of sec x tan x is sec x. Differentiation of cosec x is minus of this, so this integration will give us minus cos x. Also, differentiation of log x is 1 by x, so integration of 1 by x is log of mod x, since log is always positive. Differentiation of ex is ex, so integration of ex is also ex. So by seeing all these, it is also given in the first page of your book. By seeing all these, you will just understand that they both are interrelated, they both are inverse, they both are opposite to each other. So using this, we are going to solve some problems which will help you to understand more conveniently, more easily the topic based on the problems of integration. Now we are going to see some problems based on basic formula of integration. The first one is integrate root x plus 1 by root x whole square. The first is we have to apply the concept of a plus b whole square, which is a square plus b square plus 2ab. So what we get? X plus 1 by x plus 2. Now taking it individually, we get x dx, 1 by x dx, 2 dx. Now the first is x dx, the power is 1 here. So for the power function, the power will increase up to 1. So that is 1 plus 1 becomes 2, and that is also the denominator. So it is x square by 2. We have applied the first formula here. Next is 1 by x. We all know d by dx of log x is 1 by x. So integration of 1 by x is log of mod x. 2 dx. Integration of 1 dx is x. So integration of 2 dx is 2x. Integration of 5 dx is 5x. And then last plus c. So first we need to simplify the problem, and then we need to apply the formula based on that problem. Next is integration sec square x upon cos x square x. This is 1 by cos square x. This is 1 by sin square x. Solving it, we get sin square x by cos square x, which is tan square x. Now we don't know the integration of tan square x. We don't have any formula for that. So we split up tan square x as sec square x minus 1, taking individually. For this we have the formula tan x, and for this we have the formula x, and then plus c, because it is indefinite integral. Whenever you don't have any limits, just put plus c. If you don't put, the marks will be deducted for that. Next question is 1 minus 2 sin x upon cos square x. Taking it individually, 1 by cos square x minus 2 sin x by cos square x. This is sec square x. This is sin by cos tan. 1 cos remain, which will go to the numerator and become sec x. Now for the integration of this, we have tan x. For integration of this, we have sec x plus c. Now we have 2 also here, so this is 2 sec x. So the final answer is tan x minus 2 sec x plus c. So by using the basic formula, we are able to solve the problems of integration. I hope all of you understand the meaning of integration. It is just the opposite or inverse of differentiation. You should learn the formula of differentiation first, and then just do the inverse of that to understand integration. Try learning all the formulas, try to write it up somewhere, try to make a note of that, and then try solving the first exercise 7.1. I hope all of you understand this. See the video very carefully and try to solve the problem of 7.1. Thank you.